On behalf of HPE, NVIDIA, and Carahsoft, we would like to welcome you to today's podcast, focused around smart cities, data capture and analysis. We're Jim Albuquerque, GIS and Emerging Technology Manager for the City of Raleigh, North Carolina. Justin Sherwood, Information Technology Business Relationship Manager for the town of Cary, North Carolina. Peter Moser, Chief Technologist and Strategist of Hewlett-Packard Enterprise. And Adam Scraba, Director of Product Marketing for NVIDIA, will discuss how an IoT implementation will accelerate the digital transformation in your agency.
So the first question is going to be for Jim. So you obviously are the Emerging Technology Manager for the City of Raleigh. What projects are you undergoing right now from a smart city data collection perspective? I know we're talking IoTs today, we're talking data collection. As the leader for you guys in the City of Raleigh, what is your perspective on this? What are you guys going through?
Yeah, so we see projects in kind of two different flavors. One is very smart city centric, where we're deploying instrumentation or sensors to collect data to allow decision makers to make decisions around strategic direction for the city. We in IT are very much involved in kind of conception as well as the planning around those sorts of projects. And, there's a handful of those happening in our city and other cities like ours. Another thing that's happening at a much higher rate is just infrastructure projects where that infrastructure is being delivered with instrumentation or sensors. And oftentimes our business units, our operational leaders don't understand that the infrastructure that they're implementing has instrumentation kind of embedded in it. And so what we're doing is we're sort of, to use the phrase, kind of building the plane while it's flying, trying to make sense of this kind of digital, we call it digital exhaust, that these assets are burning into the ether, trying to capture it and make sense of it, and then feed it back to those operational folks to make better decisions.
Perfect. Yeah. And, a great point there. Obviously, this feeding back the data, as you mentioned with the sensors, I think that's definitely applicable. We're going to see a lot more comments on that. I think that's going to be kind of driving the future of modernization in the space. Adam, Peter, Justin, anyone want to add anything to that as well?
Well, one of the things that I think Jim's probably faced is many cities kind of work on individual use cases depending on the department and who's funding it. But IT's got the challenge of trying to bring those all together and standardize so that the city as a whole is a benefactor of all these individual use cases that might be funded by a particular department.